Hi, everybody. Welcome to August. Wow, the time has flown this year. Sometimes it felt like it was going a long time, and now it just feels it was like this. Here we are already. So listen, I have some really exciting things coming up this month, so be sure to click the link in the description to stay updated so you don't miss out, okay? So this month's reading, what we're going to do is I'm going to do a 3-card reading on every week. Week 1 is going to be August 1st to the 6th, and then we do week 2nd, August 7th to the 13th, etc. So let's get going here on August 1st to the 6th, first week of August. So we start that week with the full moon in Aquarius. Now that's always really important because why? Because Leo is always the opposite to Aquarius, and Leo operates in relationships with about being your unique, authentic, shiny self, right? Where Aquarius wants to be in community. So that's just very briefly. So one is very individualized and the other one is a group. But they really want the same thing, right? They really want to come together in the same way. Now, Venus is also in retrograde for the entire month. It's also in Leo. So it's all about recalibrating our relationships. And there's much more many re's than that, but it's a beautiful month to also ask yourself what you value. So if we start with that, and we start with this idea, then if you look at the first card in the center, which of these 3 cards, which is painting joy across the sky, and we're still using the Dreamweaver's Oracle art, beautiful art by Joel Nakamura. So painting joy across the sky is a commitment on our parts and an invitation to put joy first. Joy back into our relationships to help repair them, redeem them, and also recalibrate them. So we bring in what brings us both joy. Now, the reason I say both joy is because of what's beside it. So it says, when you're neither here nor there. If you look at the art, these freaky characters, you have these dream weavers, these weird, alien beings, not the same as the other, but similar. And in the center is where all the magic is, right? So something between them is possible. So we want to put joy between us, between ourselves and each other, each other in community, ourselves in terms of who we want to be. And we can only do that with each other, right? So we need everything is relational. And everything is complex. There's no such thing as black or white or good or bad. There's no duality in this. It's complex and nuanced. And if we bring our best selves forward, which is what this card talks about, all the magic everywhere, right? We can see how deep our influence goes in terms of the energy that we bring. So again, these are predictive readings in terms of the fact I'm giving you a weather report of the invitations that we have in terms of this is what we're all going to be looking at, but it's also the prescription of what do we do, right? So here it's like, remember, there is magic everywhere, and it's not about separation at all. It's all about how do we repair? How do we recalibrate? How do we redeem? How do we bring beauty back into our communities and our relationships with the other, right? And that's what this week is offering us right now with that beautiful, big, juicy full moon. Now, let's look at week 2. And now week 2 is August 7th to the 13th. Hi, Mark. Are you coming over to say hi? No, you're just wandering. Okay, so I like to mix them every time. Let's see what the week 2, 7th to the 13th. So the first one, surfing rainbows on the moon. Be playful. That's what we're looking at here. The opportunity to be playful. Also, when it's time to say goodbye, if the dogs come circling round. Here we go. So this is really here about, again, how do we be playful and not take the world personally, but also know, when to fold your cards as well. Over here, it's when it's time to say goodbye. It's you see this axolotl, this really cute little character holding on to the dragon, don't leave me. But the truth is like we have to also take a look at ourselves and say, like, what are the behaviors that I have that don't actually allow me to be in really good community with others, feeling like I am satisfied in my relationships and actually doing what I know is right for me and what's best for me. and with what's the highest good for all. And sometimes we just have to say goodbye. Not everybody is going to come to the table for repair and redemption. Not everybody is going to want to, be in alignment with you, and that's got to be okay. So your community is not going to be for everyone. You're not going to be for everyone, and that's got to be okay. So it's that point of feeling like, I am really good where I am in service to a community that's meaningful to me. And then here it's like, if the dogs come circling around, it's a reminder that you are protected when you are in alignment with the divine mind. Like asking, what is the highest good for all? And also asking ourselves, how can we serve in a way in which we are feeling like we're in that safe community, and having safe spaces where we can be ourselves, right? That's also part of it. So take a look, say like, am I in a safe space where I can be myself? Yay or nay. That doesn't mean the space is bad or wrong. It may be that you just don't fit there, right? Or maybe you've outgrown a place. Like that happens a lot. We outgrow a job. We outgrow a group of friends sometimes. We outgrow our circumstances. So this is also asking us, what have we outgrown this week? And can we be playful and not take it personally, not take everything so personally? And that's what this week is all about. Now let's look at week 3. In August, we have the new moon in Leo. That's August 16th, which is really asking us too, like, who are we? What's the source of our generosity? How do we shine in the world? How can we be our magnanimous big selves and welcome that fiery quality of the sun, the vitality, of all of this energy from the summer before we enter the autumn, which is next month, right? So this is a beautiful, beautiful time to ask ourselves, who are we really? So let's take a look at the cards. Here we go. If the wild ones come with sticks. So this is really, really good. And then on the other side is, if the river flows this way. And over here is, let your dreams be woven true. Sometimes we have some negative self-talk. The wild ones come with sticks. It's like, how that mind drums away, like when you're paranoid for no reason, when you get all upset about something, that you just create these stories in your head, you make shit up and you project it onto other people and you have this whole thing going on, when actually there's no evidence for really the whole big ass story that you've created to reflect, like, oh, they did this, they blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And then, or in your head, like, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, like, what did I do? Blah, 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 blah. Like, hello. Perfect time for the new moon in Leo to ask, who am I really? Where's my energy going? Where's my energy going? Because over here it says, well, if you allow your dreams to be woven true and be really loving to the part of you that's insecure, because a lot of this comes from fear and insecurity. Like this kind of negative self-talk comes like, whoa, I said I wanted this thing. I wanted to manifest this, but I'm nervous now. Oh my God. I remember that Marianne Williamson quote, which is, it's not our failures that we're afraid of, it's our successes. Because there's responsibility, when you have up-leveled your life, for example, and you have to meet those responsibilities. So this is a time for us to give ourselves and give each other a lot of grace and a lot of love as we, individually, because Leo is about the individual, thinking about ourselves, okay, I do want what I say I want, so I need to be really extra loving to that little voice in my head and listen to a different one. Listen to the divine voice in your head. And if the river flows this way, it's kind of like your dreams have already been set in motion. So it would be time to take a look at some of your limiting beliefs this week. And to also say, okay, I don't want to flow in the direction of my limiting beliefs. I don't want to keep repeating the old story of not being good enough, or being a victim of lack of success, for example, or failure, because you might be afraid success or failure, right? It's kind of complicated. It's a big hairball. So this is beautiful, beautiful reminder of giving others grace, giving yourself grace as you move forward, knowing that there's always an opportunity for repair and redemption. That is the mature quality of Leo. Okay, now let's take a look at week 4, which is August 21st to the 27th. What invitation to experience the life on life's terms and our own personal growth will the cards show us. Here we go, week 4. One of my favorite cards. Beautiful. Move it up, right, Mark?
Too far.
Too far up? There we go. Okay, so we do this. It's kind of interesting here. So this card is all the threads of fate must bend. We tend to be very polarized and rigid in what we say is good or bad, for us, against us, this or that, right? When this is saying this and that, the complexity of this week says to be flexible as we learn new things and to release our attachments and our rigidity on the path and the form in which we thought we had to be going. Like, is this my journey? Wait, I said it was this, but now it turns into that. Because the detour card is right beside that. And when Coyote calls your name is all about that divine detour. Oh, like maybe you thought for sure, this is the only map that counts to get to where I want to go, which is all the diamonds in the sky over here. This is like, oh, all these extraordinary opportunities that are there for me. But wait a sec, I thought I was supposed to get there this way, but this is saying I got to get there that way. And it looks like it's going in the wrong direction. But that's actually part of the journey. So this is a week where we have to surrender our maps to the divine and say, okay, show me, and I'll be flexible, and I will be resilient, and I will learn from this new opportunity that presents itself to me that I wasn't planning for. So this is also a week where there's surprises that could come in that are actually pretty awesome. So just be open to be surprised and be pleasantly surprised this week. If you come in there with that attitude, you're going to see some beauty. Now, there's a cusp few days, 28th to the 31st, those 3 or 4 days. In that cusp, August 30th is the full moon in Pisces. So, which is really that invitation of that spiritual invitation. We're already now in Virgo, and then we have the beauty of that, again, looking for the sacred, one very watery, the other one very earthy, but ultimately that's the goal. So let's see what's going on for the cusp, week 5. Come in with gratitude when the birds sing gratitude. And then when you feel the magic sing, that comes from gratitude, and then what? And then again, when the river flows this way. So here's what we know. And I saw, actually, Kyle Gray, I just saw a really quick post that he did the other day where he talked about thoughts don't create our reality, our vibe does, our vibration does, and I say our frequency does. And our frequency, yes, it's partly our thoughts, but it's really the culmination of the rehearsal of those thoughts that also chime in with beliefs and ideas, and they become this broadcast. So if we're broadcasting gratitude, that's what we're broadcasting, we start to feel the magic sing in the world around us. We start to actually feel that, like, ooh, and we start seeing it too. We see evidence of those things. We might not see it exactly at that time, because gratitude doesn't need anything to be grateful specifically for. You can be grateful in advance of something. And then all of a sudden, the world begins to flow, and you start feeling that alignment flow when you just, wow, I'm on the right track, and I'm not even sure what I did. So that's really what's going to happen during this cusp period. But the way in which you are invited to deal with it is through gratitude. Gratitude for literally everything or for nothing at all. And I think that that's what's really going to help you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to learn more about oracle cards, spiritual insights, and metaphysical teachings. Click the link in the description. And I will see you soon.
Get ready.